So, I'm Kaylee O'Neill as part of the U.S. History course here, and I want to talk a little bit about today the D-Day attack and the fighting in Europe, as well as the casualties, because I just find those absolutely astounding. So starting with D-Day, I think it's just incredible how more than 60 years later, the Normandy invasion, another name, or D-Day, remains one of the largest seaborne invasions in history of all time. And I was shocked to find out that it involved more than 3 million troops. And these people came from Australia, Canada, Belgium, France, Czechoslovakia, Greece, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, the UK, as well as the United States. And I think we all know a little bit about the background. The battle began a few months before the invasion with airplanes bombing Normandy. And the main goal was just to disrupt the Germans' army, reduce their strength, and then really take that fortress, because after you cut off Germany's supplies, you're able to essentially get to Germany, the western border, fairly quickly. And if this wouldn't have occurred, I think that the outcome of World War II would have actually been extremely different. And another interesting fact that I found about D-Day was that I didn't know until recently was that actually the D stands for day, so it essentially is day, which is kind of interesting and unique. And as another thing that I happened to find, actually not while researching the course, but definitely relates, is that the attack, or the invasion, I suppose, took place on June 6th, which, as it is only June 16th, was 10 days ago, the anniversary. And I thought it was kind of interesting. A missing veteran, actually, in East Sussex has found to be safe, but he actually is in a nursing home. His name is Bernard Jordan. He actually escaped his nursing home after they told him he could not go to the D-Day reunion. And he went, and, I think 24 hours later, they had noticed that the 89-year-old man had left the facility and, was missing. And then eventually they figured out that he was at the D-Day remembrance, and he was actually quoted saying that he'll do it again next year if they don't allow him to go, which I thought that really spoke to just the importance and someone who was there and fought in it. And I mean, tons and tons of people died while they were there. I mean, you're running through knee-deep water onto a beach, which is essentially a fortress. And to me, that was one of the biggest things, that if he's willing to risk pretty much everything he has and go, his safety, his security here at home, just the meaning it had to him, as well as, like I said, the war would be completely different if that had not gone as successful as it did. And this was a huge win for the Allied powers, as well as just that way to access Germany, cut off their supplies, and really kind of take advantage and take back the war. And then for the other portion that I wanted to talk about, I wanted to just choose my own topic, because I looked it up, and 60 million people actually, like soldiers as well as citizens who got involved with the war, not necessarily voluntarily, 60 million people died in World War II is what they estimated. And to me, sitting at home, you can say that 60 million, but I feel like I can't even fathom what 60 million people are. And so the way I kind of chose to look about this and share it with you guys is that Tokyo, Japan has about a population of 37 million. And then, Shanghai, China has about 20 million. So imagine all those people in those two cities just gone. Which to me, that's just mind-blowing. And another big one for reference, if any of you guys have been there, is New York is listed at about 20 million on the World Atlas city populations. And I mean, so 60 million, 20 million, New York City, that's basically 3 New York cities just gone off the face of the earth, destroyed by World War II, which, I don't know, it's still so hard to fathom, but that was something that I was interested in looking into just to see, what were the records and kind of get a little bit better idea of just how much of a input that had on the world.